watching the same game, Ralph? Because I should leave.
They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that first down flag. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That's complete to Dobbins. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Here's 2nd and 7. A quick slant. Here's McConkey. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st and 10, Herbert. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. A give to Dobbins to start the third. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. Nnamdi Madubuike making that stop. 2nd and 10 now. He's on the move. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Chargers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Ladd McConkey with a touchdown. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers tie things up at 14. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty unlucky return indeed. Out of bounds back at the 13-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Working quickly here. We give to Henry on the inside handoff. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go back to Henry. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's second and inches. Running once more with Henry. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Slot man motioned over. Another run for Henry. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road for what looked like a very plain play.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Trying down the middle with Henry. And the look outside yields no fruit. They make the stop near the line of scrimmage. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. He's back to throw. He has the first over the middle. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Jackson's throwing for it. Escapes the pocket. Shakes himself free. Oh no, the ball is loose! And that bounces out before anyone can make a recovery. They're going to have this one inside the 10. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Beginning on the ground here with Dobbins. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. So a timeout comes in. It looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete. Couldn't make the connection. Was looking for Lad McConkey. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. Going for the first with Dobbin. Takes a pop, and the ball comes out! And this is picked up by the Ravens!
3rd down, you could see he may have been trying to simply do too much to help his side. It loosened his hold on the ball and gave that defense a chance to knock it free. Instead of facing 4th down, they're off the field completely.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Running this with Henry. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. A 9-yard rip on the ground there, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Here's Jason Myers to get this one going. And we're off from Tampa. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Irvin here from the gun. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Baker now off to play fake. Launches one deep downfield. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on first down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Throwing again is Baker. Complete to his man, Sterling Shepard. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Play fake, it's Mayfield. On the move, headed right. Now here he goes. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. It's a pick up of 14 yards as the chains reset. They'll come up 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Irving. Launching for the pylon, and he's got it! Touchdown! The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
They go play action. Here's Smith. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Back to the air, it's Smith. Chased out to his right. On the run right. This is caught. Looks like he stayed in bounds too. Great work. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And that kick goes out of bounds. They're going to get great field position out of this. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. First and 10 from the 41. On the give, this is Irving. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Right back to Irving now. He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Offense up to the line fast. Mayfield now from the gun. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Mayfield on first and 10. He's taking a shot towards the end zone. Big gain downfield. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. McLaughlin to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Taking a shot deep down the field it goes. It is caught at the 20. All the way, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks tie things up at 14. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. He doesn't like what he sees, so a touchback. They're going to begin at the 30. They're out and set. First and 10. Here's the give to Irving. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. This has the makings of a shootout. A lot of points, but still tied as we reach the end of one. We're all knotted up at 14. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with. Forced out to his right. Defense too much. The Seahawks drag him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Looking for Chris Godwin that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
He connects downfield on 4. And he will get the first as they touch him down. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Finds him over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. And it's the Buccaneers. With it, 1st and 10. Man in motion, out of the slot. 1st down, here's Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Irving on the inside give. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it. Once again, Irving. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Off to play fake. Here's Mayfield. Bails out of the pocket quick. Has it in close. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays and have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and got 6 in the end.
The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for 1st down. From the gun, Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Timeout taken by the offense. They're 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Now the Seahawks are going to spend their third and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. He puts some juice on a deep throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And the Buccaneers get the football back with minimal time to go in our half. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeaway.
Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He's on the move. Not enough on this throw. It hits the turf instead of his man.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Second and 10. Again, it's Smith. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. So now it's going to be third and long. Throwing is Smith. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. That's grabbed inside the 30. There it is, touchdown Seattle. The Seahawks cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Tyler Lockett the touchdown. The Seahawks offense, look at this. They aren't leaving the field, lining up and going for 2. And he gets into the end zone, so the choice to pass on a tie, a good one. That gives him a 1-point lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And he's going to field this in the end zone without a return, so they'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Carry here for Irving. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
First down, and they go right back to him. He finds some space again. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Going to the ground again on first. And he carries it for a big gain and gets him down into the red zone. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Finds his man. It's Godwin. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Now a carry by Irving. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Going with Irving here. He breaks the tackle, and he's got a chunk of yards as we've reached the end of 3. So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. They'll run this with Irving. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers take a 4th quarter lead. Big moment coming up here for the Buccaneers. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. Would have felt more comfortable, obviously, with a 7-point lead, but they have to settle for 5. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Smith. It's caught. Barner. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Working quickly here. Smith on 1st down. Taken in by Noah Fant. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Looking to throw, Smith. Escapes the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. And again, it's Smith. He finds Fant. And he's going to be marked down a yard shy of that marker. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're 1st. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. That's a short gain of 1. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. Smith setting the throw. Brought in close to the 8. And they get there to touch him down, Brock, but a big gain on that play. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Seahawks facing a 5-point deficit. Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here 1st and goal. Walker now from the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, I knew it at the time. I think everybody did. We knew the Legion of Boom was special, right? That entire secondary, but their safety's ability, Earl and Cam, to come downhill, to make those tackles behind the line of scrimmage as he just did. Yeah, I mean, you appreciate great safety play like that.
Trying again, Walker. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. Tampa spends its second timeout now. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on third down.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical third down call.
On the move, headed right. Touchdown, Seattle! So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted! Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers have some new life in the 4th. Even with a little time left here, Brock, kicking the extra points, probably the safer call.
And with that little time left, even if you do get the 2, still got a chance to drive down, your opponent does, and kick that game-winning field goal. Now you need some way to get the ball back in a hurry, and the chances are so limited.
They get to him before that return can amount to much, just beyond the 15-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. He's on the move. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Setting up to pass. Trying to push it deep downfield. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Tried to find Mike Evans with that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Throwing now. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. They get 35 out of that one. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. He'll look to throw it. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. So it's all coming down to a try from Chase McLaughlin. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. Now we get a timeout, and with just 2 seconds left, this game has set us up with an incredible ending. So Chase McLaughlin is on in a high-pressure spot. This is from 35 out on the left hash. The kick is good. He got it. And he drills the chip shot to win them this game.